All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. This is the weekend preview once again. So this is the third one that we've done. Before we get underway, you happy with everything, Willie?
Oh, happy as Larry, mate. Happy as Larry, chugging along, getting ready for some more live EO. So yeah, injected
Yeah,
in my veins.
yeah, good stuff. So at the time of recording, so it is Tuesday, the 28th, that we're recording this. So those of you that are following the Super Smash domestic cricket in New Zealand will know that it's very much evenly poised. So there's three more games to go. And all six teams can currently make the top three finals weekend. So we aren't going to preview that in this episode. We're going to do that at a later date because of the fact that we don't know who's playing who. So that's obviously exciting. We've got a huge amount of Super Smash community listening to the show, and they just can't wait for that episode to drop. So yeah, we'll save
And
that
Women's
one.
Super Smash as well. Women's Super Smash as well, obviously.
Yeah, we'll do Women's Super Smash Finals preview. We feel the need to chuck that one in there. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. So today we are just going to be previewing the Breakers last. Well, I think they've got two games left. But only one of them is this weekend. So we'll just preview. I mean, we could probably preview both. And then
Mm.
we'll preview the A League. So yeah. Before we get into that though, we've got one piece of fan mail. Did you want to read it, Willie, or did you want me to read it?
No, you climb into it.
Alrighty, so this one is from Garrick in Dunedin. So if you're a regular listener,
Yeah,
you'll remember hearing him message into the show a few episodes ago, I think it was.
yeah.
And his question today is, he says, "Hi lads, enjoying your show. The stuff about women's cricket got me thinking about women's football. And my question for you guys is why are women's goalkeepers so tiny? Men's keepers tend to be the biggest units on the pitch, whereas females deploy midgets. Why not get a really good netball or basketballer with decent hand-eye coordination and train them up?" So this is actually a good question. So do you want to respond
Mm.
to this, Billy?
Yeah, because what he's done there is he's got two parts to that. It's a bit of a loaded question because one, he's mentioning the height, which is the obvious part, and then he's delved into the fact that he's just said that they're all unco at the end there. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong there, where he just says where they can make basic stops or something like that? Like,
Oh, I can't remember. He said, well, he sent in two messages, so bear with us, listeners. No, he says, he just said that the men's deploy men's always put out the biggest people on the pitch. Females deploy midgets. Oh, well, he said, yeah, you need to train them up.
yeah,
So
what is it?
they have, yeah, he says you need to train them up
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
decent hand eye. Yeah. And
Exactly, the
mm,
hand-eye, but
mm,
saying that they just
mm,
struggle with just basic hand-eye coordination. So
yeah,
he's really twisting the knife in there as this Garrett guy, and he sounds like a pretty miserable guy. If you, like what are these women's keepers doing to him that he's that like offended is my
yeah,
question. But yeah, because I'm actually pro like pro inclusion and pro women's sport and all that kind of stuff. So like it's actually a tick in the no box, Garrett. Stay in your own lane.
yeah, fair enough. I've got to say though, I understand what he's saying. Like often you do find some very small girls in the goals. And I think not just he's talked about obviously the height and the length of that he'd go for a tall girl. I think a girthy one would be good too. Just obviously to fill up the goal as well. Because often you see some quite girthy male goalkeepers, but um, yeah, I don't. I understand what he's saying, but obviously we don't want to get in too much trouble. But I think maybe
Exactly.
some women's football teams could trial having a big girl in the goal and seeing if it's more effective than the current option of, I guess, putting a small lady in there. He's also just
Okay,
said
yeah.
he's just sent in a second message as well. He's pretty passionate about this, Garrett. He says, "Makes no sense at all. They get lobbed from all over the place. Then shit commentators yell things like, 'What a strike.' You think it was a great strike. Just hit it over the bloody keeper that's standing on her line and can't reach the crossbar. It'd be like me standing in goal. So I don't even know what this guy looks like, but I take it he's short.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
again, he's
It's
obviously yeah. Anyway, I don't. Any final thoughts on this? But before we get in
no,
trouble,
I guess the one thing I'll back him up there is the on the commentary. Like
mm,
especially I'm willing to die on that hill that just women's sport commentary would have to be probably the worst thing all time because if they're infiltrating the men's stuff and that's their best product that they're putting forward, like Christ, I can imagine what it's like down in the in the Z grades, like fuck, fuck that.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we better rip in. So yeah, thanks for that question, Garrick. And again, that's quite as you say, it's quite a loaded question and it's quite deep. So we obviously want people to send in like rather than a lot of the nonsense that we've been reading from people. If people do want to send in like a big question where they actually want some proper answers and want to delve into something a little bit deeper, that's okay. All right, breakers. Should we talk about the breakers just before we rip into the preview, if you don't mind?
Yeah, of course.
I want to just make a bit of a spiel. So the Breakers are the most disappointing case in New Zealand sport for me at the moment. So this team used to be so well run. They were the most well run New Zealand side that played in the Australasian competitions, obviously out of the Breakers, Warriors, and Phoenix. They were the most well run by far. And
Mm.
this new guy
Yeah,
that's taken over. Yeah,
just on that, if that's right, because like you say, in all other like sports competitions where NZ teams are in it, you'll find so many New Zealand flogs supporting like say Souths or like fucking Roosters or like Storm, all this kind of shit. The Breakers, our childhood, were the only ones that like no one would ever support any other team apart from the
mm,
Breakers. Like that's just
yeah.
doubling down on your point, and it shows how much they've fallen off.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no. So everyone, they had a good fan base, like, but they were a successful team and they were super well run. Like, they had the best New Zealand players that I guess weren't quite good enough to play in the European or the NBA leagues. And yeah, I don't know. It was just they won obviously quite a few comps and they did things right, whereas the Warriors and Phoenix struggled in their own ways. But this is just such a disappointing case. This new guy, Matt Walsh, or whatever his name is, the owner, is the
Mm.
biggest mug. He's the biggest
Yeah.
flog. So he's come in. All he cares about is getting an American audience, showing off to all his American mates. He's completely ruined this club. Like he's absolutely ripped the guts out of it to the point where I think pretty much everyone's struggling to support it, even us.
Mm.
Um, he's absolutely just ruined it. There's no identity. There's barely a Kiwi in the playing staff or the coaching staff. It's just they wear a different coloured bloody uniform every week. It's so hard to identify
Yeah.
with them. So
Mm. And
hopefully this
we're
guy,
all about being able to identify people correctly and all that kind of stuff like that, and
100%.
giving exactly. So
We're huge on that. But
yeah,
this guy
exactly.
has absolutely mugged this team. What he needs to do is sell up, go back to America, and we just need to
Mm.
move past this train wreck because seeing a lot of comments as well from Breakers fans. But when they got rid of Gillespie this year, they were first on the table. He was the best defensive player in the competition. And he got rid of that guy for Taco Fall for a marketing stunt in America. And since then, they're now ruled out of the playoffs with 2 games to go. They're probably going to finish last or second last.
Mm.
And it just goes to show all this guy cares about is the American audience looking good in front of his mates, media attention. He's an absolute twat.
Yeah,
If
but
he's listening to this, no, sell
yeah.
up, mate. You've ruined it.
Yeah,
Any
your
final
big
thoughts on that?
noter. Yeah, the big noter just needs to like stop just fucking using the breakers for his LinkedIn profile and just piss off back to America where he can't use TikTok anymore. So yeah,
Yeah,
cheers.
100%. He's a massive big mate. Anyway, on that note, so these guys are ruled out. This is their last 2 games. They can't make the playoffs. Bloody disappointing season.
Yeah.
Saturday they're at home to the Cairns Taipans, who are also at the bottom with us. What are you thinking? You see a world in which we can get up, or
Uh, it is at home. Nah, I'm gonna give Cairns it. This is more kind of like a revenge, like a hate. Like
Mm,
Cairns are below us on the table. We're gonna lose it just to show how dog shit we are this year. So yeah, I'm going
mm,
Cairns in this one.
yeah. I will take us in that one. Yeah, I'll take us in that one. Only because they are awful as well, and then
Yeah.
hopefully home ground advantage means something. And then next Wednesday, their last game of the season, at home to Illawarra, back
Mm.
in back in Illawarra, or
Uh, yeah, it just depends on if on what kind of ability they're gonna put out for their team.
mm.
What's the top of the table looking like? Is it quite close up there?
Well, they're top, yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
they are
probably be one
top,
called
but
first,
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Hawks. I'll go Hawks on that one.
Yeah, no, I'm doing the same. Illawarra to win that one. I don't think we even match it with them at all, unfortunately. So yeah,
No,
that's the
no.
that's the breakers. If you're still following the NBL through to the playoffs without the breakers in it, good on you. But I certainly can't. It's too
Yeah,
much.
good
All
luck.
right. And then, as we said, Super Smash, we'll do another show later in the week once we know what the hell's going on with that. Pretty incredibly close competition, that one. So A-League. So Wednesday night, first game of the round, Western United at home to Central Coast. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Ishays there. Yeah,
Western
just think
United.
that. Wait, you said Western Sydney, didn't you?
Oh, sorry. No, Western United. Western United.
Oh, sorry.
They probably also, I think they're kind of like the
Miscommunication.
Melbourne
Yeah.
Issues.
Uh, yeah. No, I'll go Western in that one.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
back
no,
Western there.
yeah, I'll do the same. I actually think they're one of the most underrated teams in the comp this year. I think they're a real dark horse for winning it. They've got heaps of good young guys. Been so impressed by them. Real well coached under John Eloise. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they're smoky. I reckon if you're putting in a futures bet on the A League to win the comp, I reckon you'd get bloody good odds for them, and I reckon they would be a nice dark horse.
Yeah.
And
And we love
then
a dark horse. We love a dark horse.
yeah, my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, and then Friday, Brisbane Roar at home to the Ishays, Western Sydney.
Yeah. Go back in the Ishays, yeah. Back in the
Yeah,
Ishays.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice. I'm
For
actually gonna
same
go draw.
reasons, but oh, draw. Okay.
Yeah, well, sorry,
Okay.
what were your reasons?
No, just for them being Ishays. Just
Oh
just
yeah,
for the kind of hunger. Yeah. And
yeah,
the scare factor of their fans in the stadium. So yeah.
mm.
Give them
Yeah.
the
No,
nod there.
I think draw. I don't know. Brisbane are slightly improving, and I don't know. Western Sydney they've been disappointing this year. They've got an unreal attack, but pretty average defense, and yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Brisbane start to pick up some more points. I think so. Draw. Uh, Next one is the absolute wounders Auckland FC up against
Yeah,
Macarthur.
MacArthur -2 goal start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Macarthur as well. I think Jed Drew, before he gets a move over to Europe, I think he's just gonna tear that left side of Auckland up. So we saw Dylan Perez for Adelaide kind of ripping up that left hand side for Auckland last week. I think Jed Drew's just probably the best player in the league at the moment. So I can see Macarthur pinching that one 2-1. The next one, bit of a blockbuster. Blockbuster. Sydney at home to Sydney home to Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Good game.
Yeah,
What do you
I'll
reckon?
back it. Ooh, I'll actually go for draw for that one.
Mm, yeah,
I'll go draw only just because Sydney at home.
yeah. Sydney are hard at home. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Adelaide. Just Sydney's got a bit going on. Hayden Matthews, the centre back, has just been signed by Portsmouth, obviously, and I think they've lost another one to January transfer. So yeah, they're in a bit of weird form too. So I think Adelaide just do enough. They're bloody obviously doing pretty
Yeah.
well at the moment. And then
Oh, the next one, the
The next
biggie.
one, Mariners at home. What do you reckon?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go with the Mariners. Just
Mm,
back the sauce bottles to get them over the line there.
yeah. Yeah, I'll go draw. I love an F3. One of the best. It's the most
Yeah.
underrated rivalry in the comp. But yeah, both sides have improved quite a lot in the last month. Mariners in particular. But yeah, I'll go draw. And then the last game of the round is give me a sec. Is Perth Glory at home to Melbourne Victory.
Um. Yeah. Perth aren't really doing it for me. Even the yeah. No, I'll go victory there.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
go
same for
victory. I
me. Melbourne
was
Victory. Yeah.
tossing up with a draw maybe, but nah, victory
Yeah, no,
there.
I think
Unfortunately, as much as it hurts to say.
yeah. No, I think Victory obviously had a good one last week as well, and yeah, I don't know. Perth are getting slightly better, but I think Victory are going to go on a little bit of a late season run. So yeah, those are our A League punts. Just over past the halfway mark in the A League, and yeah, got Adelaide and Auckland leading the way, and then the rest of there's about good 7 teams fighting for those last 4 final spots. So it's bloody even this year. So it's nice and interesting.
Yeah, you'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, that's all we're going to preview for today. Obviously got NRL and Super Rugby coming up soon as well, which would be awesome. Didn't have a scenario or anything for me here today, Willie?
No, not this time. Not this time.
Awesome. All right.
We'll tease them. We'll keep teasing them.
Yeah. All right. Cheers for listening, guys. We'll see you on the next one.